it looks like we loaded up the game straight away. So just to say, Matthew Morin is the team leader.
Team leader, awesome.
So great.
Yeah.
So we'll message you, Matthew,
after this game. It's hard to message while you're casting.
No, you can't. You just can't do it. All right, so on this map of Antiga Shipyard, we have the purple Terran spawning in the 2 o'clock position. ROOTMaSa.
Did you say that like a hillbilly?
That's how they sound, though. SCV here to go, sir.
Okay, and his opponent cross spawns the player who's up 1-0, the Teal Zerg, Hendralisk.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Fist bump, fist bump.
Feels awkward.
You're awkward.
You're awkward. So yeah, Hendralisk up 1-0. Really strong play out of Hendralisk. I know that some of you may or may not know Hendralisk. I mean, he has been to... He actually... Whoa, what a crazy link. Hendralisk actually was the winner of the Central WCZ Central Finals.
Correct.
Of which Matthew Morin was organizing.
Whoa.
And here he is here. Matthew Morin wins a key. Hendralisk playing. That's crazy, dude.
That's full circle, man.
That's full circle. That's Twilight Zone. That's whatever you want to call it. But ROOTMaSa also showing his stuff, playing very strongly up until this point, but maybe meeting an opponent that might be a little more difficult than he expected.
I thought you were gonna try to do a pun there, like, but then
What could I say?
I don't know. You couldn't do anything. You'd be like, keep him rooted.
Are you saying that I couldn't say anything because you
No,
couldn't
no,
think
no.
of anything? Because
I'm
you're not funny.
I'm just saying that I thought you were gonna try to say something funny.
Okay, what if I do try right now?
You can do it. Go for it.
Okay, but what was I even talking about?
Like you were saying how ROOTMaSa might have met his match, right? But I thought you were gonna be like ROOTMaSa is rooted. I don't know. Rooted in his position.
That's so terrible.
I know. That's why you didn't say anything.
Basically, all I'm doing is I'm assassinating you.
I
by
hate
making
you.
You come up with things. Don't worry, I'll
Anyways.
come up with some puns later on. It's no biggie. It's
like
no biggie.
last time, you came up with a pretty funny pun.
Did I? What was my pun?
It was something about mutilisks.
Mutilating.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever heard that before, though?
No.
What do you think mutilisks do?
Let's talk about this game.
All right, go. Go. You go.
Okay, so in this game right now, we have our Terran. He is getting his gas. An expansion came down before he even dropped that refinery. Barracks is actually just made right now, so it's trying to get that completion. We see ROOTMaSa kind of deviating away from his original play, which is doing some sort of bunker rush in the beginning. And
What does he mean? What does he mean by so fake?
So fake. It looks like Hendralisk knows that something is going on. He knows that this build is a fake build.
So both of our players going for a quick expansion. Both of their expansions are actually going to finish almost at the exact same time. 8 Zerglings coming up for Hendralisk. He wants to be aggressive right now. He has a feeling that ROOTMaSa doesn't have anything to deal with this. And he might be right.
So it looks like Hendralisk is making those 8 Zerglings, those double queens coming out as well. But these 8 Zerglings are going to do so much damage. Can't we close the windows?
Oh, is it cold out there? We'll check it out after. We'll talk to the player handlers and we'll figure it out. All right, so we're actually going to go tell some of the player handlers to maybe close the window. Masa's playing in the frigid corner. It's actually really cold in Toronto. We've been having a freezing spell here. It was like -14 yesterday. Absolutely ridiculous. We don't all live in igloos, but, you know. I think somebody is on it. They're closing the window right now. Masa's playing actually right in front of it.
Henry needs the PP.
Oh, really?
No toilet breaks, Henry.
So... yeah, we did see Hendralisk. He did have his Zerglings just pop. We're only going to have 1 Marine out in the field for ROOTMaSa. He's going to have to do some really fancy footwork, some really strong positional play, and he will have to be able to defend very well.
Exactly. It looks like the window is closed. I think...
You know what I want to do right now?
What?
I want to give a huge shout out to all the people in the chat.
Yeah.
I want to thank you guys so much for watching, for supporting Canadian esports and supporting esports in general. But this tournament is specifically Canadian. Even more specific, it's a Toronto one. So thank you so much for tuning in. We love you guys, and we want to keep bringing you the best content possible. So always look at us. Always keep looking at us to see what's coming up next. We do see Hendralisk being a good guy coming back to his base. Maybe the SCV was enough to pull the AI, but at the same time, I think he might have pulled back because he knows Root was playing in some frigid conditions.
Exactly. So not being a jerk and going straight for the kill there. It looks like the barracks is going down for that reactor. They're going to be making and swapping it for that factory that's coming up right now as well. If those links actually did attack though, and now they have been delayed, it would have done so much damage in the base. We see Metabolic Boost coming up for Hendralisk right now.
You can only imagine if you've ever played something, you've been so nervous your hands are shaking, and then you're also cold, what that must be like. I know I'd be shaking in my.
It's like when I wake up in the morning, this is before I stop playing StarCraft.
Oh, hold on to that thought. We do have some Lings skirting around into the natural. Only 2 Marines are there. The bunker's almost done. They might have enough time to get in, and they do. And these 2 Marines are going to be shooting like champions, and the Zerglings do run out of the range. So now the reactor core is threatened. The 2 Marines come out. The SCVs act as buffers to defend. They retreat back to the bunker, and the bunker is able to shoot down a couple more Zerglings, whittle down that army, and it looks like ROOTMaSa has successfully defended.
Excellent play there. Able to only lose 1 SCV, kill a bunch of Zerglings over there. So good defense there by ROOTMaSa. Henry's like, no, that's not supposed to happen. You're supposed to go into your base. It's going to make 16 more Zerglings, and with speed coming down, these Zerglings will be making it at the Terran's base when that metabolic speed is complete.
Indeed.
But the Hellions will be out to defend this.
Right, so the Hellions are the perfect counter, and with the number of Zerglings, they will be able to get good surrounds on those Hellions if he's not careful, but ROOTMaSa might be able to counter this, and trying to meet the Zerglings in the middle of the map is exactly what he needs to do to start to whittle them down, but with the metabolic boost, he might find that it might be a bad choice.
Especially if it happens right when the Hellions are attacking it. But that's not going to happen because the metabolic is already complete. Overlord is going to be taken down. And it looks like a little chase is going around in the middle of the map. Some Zerglings leading these Hellions around. 2 Hellions going to be attacking. And, they might just get 1 Hellion. Will this Hellion roast it? Nice micro there by Massa.
Blocking the weaker Hellion with the one with more HP. But he does need to be careful because the metabolic boost does allow these Zerglings to outrun these Hellions. And we do see 1 Hellion go down. 2 more meet him. Zerglings are streaming in from the north as well, checking out the third. Notice there's nothing there. His small contingent of Zerglings is going to get cleaned up by these Hellions, but they've done tons of damage, and they've put these Hellions out of position. Banelines at the third.
Again, here we go. And as people said, Henry is such a patch Zerg, and I don't even know if this is what they mean by that, but I'm just going to say it so I sound like I know what I'm talking about. Here we go. A lot of Banelines.
I think they mean, the players who weren't anything until the patch came out?
Oh,
I think
but
that's
Henry
what they
was
mean.
always something.
That's what I mean. He's been here for years, bro. He's like LL Cool J.
So it looks like there's gonna be a they're gonna bypass here, but so many Lings coming out, gonna surround these Hellions. And while Massa's microing over here, what's gonna happen in his base? Banelings coming in. There's a nice wall there. He's trying to complete off the slide demos, but the Hellions are gonna go in, and oh my goodness.
They're going to be able to bust down this wall. Is enough to take down the bunker. 2 more Banelings do survive, and the Lings now are going to be able to do massive damage. A bunch of SCVs are pulled to repair. I'm not sure how the Hellions did. They're coming back to base. They're going to find that a lot of their base is missing. What the heck happened? 1 SCV brought to the top to repair, and the repair is fast enough to prevent these Lings from taking anything down. The Hellions come in and clean up the rest of these Lings, so Massa was luckily able to prevent this huge all-in play, and still Hendralisk is playing very all-in.
Lings are still streaming and they're still coming in, and ROOTMaSa supply blocked. He can't make anything.
And he had his supply wall down, and these Lings stream in. They get quickly cleaned up by these Hellions. These Hellions are worth their weight in gold, and still Hendralisk is relentless, furious, pushing forward with Lings, nothing but Lings. And how is ROOTMaSa supposed to stop the constant onslaught?
Oh my goodness, so much damage has been done. If we look at S workers kill, 11 workers kill, but a lot of the infrastructure in the front of the natural has been taken down. We see a Banshee that's just came out for ROOTMaSa over here. It's going to be able to, kill a couple of Lings here and there, but what does he have to deal with this huge army of Lings in the middle of the map?
If anything, the one thing that ROOTMaSa can hang his hat on, he has lost a lot of buildings and a lot of units here and there, but he can hang his hat on the fact that Hendralisk has been playing very all-in-ish off of 2 bases. He hasn't been pushing his economy or his base production, so he still has a chance. He very much can still continue into this game, and it looks like he's transitioning perfectly. He's getting his siege tanks. He's already got his stim for his Marines. He can easily push forward with a very stalwart, standard Marine tank army.
Exactly, and it's exactly what we've seen here, and even the supply numbers, the players are still pretty even, although a lot of battles have already happened. Right now we see the Hellions moving for the center of the map. They're going to get some map control, something that Massa's been lacking throughout this game, just because of how aggressive Henry has been playing. Meanwhile,
the Lings are trying to counter on the side. They're going to try to do a little pincer move from the side. I'm not sure if they know exactly where the Hellions are, and the Hellions are quickly moving across the map. They did see the timing of that third, so they do know Hendralisk is now trying to expand. So now is the time where Massa has a little bit of time to stabilize and get his army to what he wants it to be. And these Hellions start running into the base, trying to take out as many drones as possible. They do die very quickly. Maybe not the best choice. Ultimately do kill a few units, but really you want them to do more damage than just a small amount.
MASA's actually getting pretty ahead over here. He does have more workers than Hendralisk. I mean, that's just the power of having a Terran on 2 base right now. Henry is trying to get his 3rd base up, but if he doesn't get it up anytime soon, he keeps throwing Lings away at the front of the base.
He's been using all his Larva on army.
He's going to push it even more, exactly.
So what's interesting is the Spire is almost done, so I would love to see how this moves forward. Is it going to be Mutaplay? Is he going to try to get Corruptor into Broodlords? What is Hendralisk's plan? Hendralisk does seem to like the Ultralisk play. I see that a lot, so I don't feel that he's going to be doing Ultralisk, but I guess we'll have to see how he decides.
Now Vikings going around, going to start getting rid of those overlords that are kind of just situated across the map. MASA also has upgrades going for him. You can see that he's at +1 armor and +1 weapons, getting +2 right now for both of the things I just previously mentioned. And his supply is shooting up ahead now way ahead of Hendralisk.
Yeah, and the reason why you guys can see the upgrades in the top right, beside ROOTMaSa's name, you can see level 1 weapons and level 1 armor for Bio, is because we're using this GameHeart UI, and you guys can check out GameHeart, just Google them, search them. It's a new mod. It allows for all these awesome observing tools that we're using, and we hope you guys appreciate it. We know the creator of it was really excited to have it on here, and we're excited to show it to you guys because this is a really cool tool.
Right, and now we have the Mutalisks out on the field now, positioning themselves right outside the outskirts of the 3rd base, where MASA's 3rd base would be. A couple of Marines getting some shots on this Mutalisk. One Mutalisk is going to get away, and those Marines will be taken out.
Those poor Marines succumb to those glaives, and now one Marine in the middle gets killed by Zerglings, doesn't even get to feel the ire of those glaives. And now a drop coming in from the bottom, and this is exactly why that Viking came around. He wanted to clear out the Overlords to prevent any sight of this drop. The Mutas are also attacking the base, so there's going to be attacking 2 areas. The Marines are going to be shooting the base, and the Mutalisks are going to be glaving the base. Who's going to actually win? A supply depot is going down, supply blocking ROOTMaSa, and the Marines are steady, not moving, and only now moving in. The Mutalisks have been chased away. The Queen will die. The Marines are attacking as much as they can at that 3rd. A bunch of Lings are running down. They could be picked up. The Marines could be picked up and defended. They do decide to take that choke at the minerals to try to defend as much as possible, maximizing the amount of damage they do. Here come the Mutas. The medevac is done, and so are the Marines.
A pickup one of help there. ROOTMaSa now, he has that ability to be able to drop and be all across the map. Now has his siege tanks in a nice position. Mutas aren't going to engage that right now. Getting sieged up right now, but Mutas are attacking the tanks from the back. There are no Marines to defend it.
The Marines have left their siege tanks to die, and one siege tank does die. The Marines have stimmed and reduced a lot of their health, and a beautiful flank. And ROOTMaSa is able to claw himself in. Hendralisk is now reeling, trying to build as many Zerglings as possible. Oh my goodness, the Banelings are spending too much time moving, and all of those drones.
Oh, that misclick over there. Henry does have to bring in everything to try to defend this. Lots of stim going down from ROOTMaSa, stimming them all to death, but that Baneling movement over there.
Drones are so bad. I produce workers thinking at their army as well. So ROOTMaSa brings it back 1-1. We're going to see an ace match in his favorite match, Terran versus Zerg. This match between Titans, Monomaniacs Hendralisk versus ROOTMaSa. Who's going to win? You guys were tweeting us earlier. Maybe we'll figure out who said the majority. But thanks so much for staying with us. We are